Hi YouTube, and welcome back to a new react video. Today we are reacting to a video by Java called Being a VTuber is Insane. I'm very curious about this video. I just saw it while I was looking for some videos to watch, and I'm very curious what this non-VTuber has to say about being a VTuber. Well, I mean the picture, see, okay, see, so he has his face here. So I'm assuming he's not a VTuber. I shouldn't make the assumption, but I'm assuming that this is a YouTuber that does content, and he has one about VTubing. So I'm curious. We're gonna check it out, and let's just go ahead and jump right into it. Let's do it. All right, let's do it.
VTubers!
VTubers!
They're like these semi-animated, usually anime, usually with boob jiggle physics.
Yeah.
They've been around for a long time. And for an artist, an animator, who's also been on this platform for a long time, to not know pretty much anything about them, a little bit embarrassing. So I'm gonna fix that in this video. We're gonna do a deep dive into what and who are VTubers, how did they come about, what transformations have they gone through, and where are they today, and can I make one or be one? Is it hard? Is it easy? I don't know. Let's find out.
It's a lot of work.
VTuber stands for Virtual YouTuber. They're an online entertainer who uses a digital avatar instead of showing their real face. Oh, look at me. Look at me. I'm Jazza and I'm a VTuber. Oh, jiggle.
Yeah.
The avatar reacts to the streamer in real time. So I think that's a key defining factor of VTubers. It's a performance, like a pro wrestler. Now, apparently, there's a divide in the community about what constitutes a VTuber, some of which are referred to as pngtubers.
What even is a VTuber? An online entertainer that uses a virtual avatar. A virtual avatar like a PNGtuber.
Right.
So in conclusion,
get
off my
Oh my
God.
God.
Yeah. Okay, I'm totally on that page too. PNGtuber, freaking PNG plus tuber, freaking using a Fugi, using fucking anything, using any kind of thing that's original concept idea picture thing, whether it's 2D, 3D, PNG, whatever, you're a VTuber. Like there's no pressure to ever upgrade to 2D. If you want to stay PNG, if that's all your PC can handle, bro, it's fine. It's fine. I don't understand all this discourse. Like it's fine. It's literally fine. When I first was like, hey, I'm gonna go off Facecam and I'm gonna go to VTubing because I had just learned what it was, and I was like, that's really cool. I was using Pic Crews. You know what Pic Crew is? I'll put some of my old ones on the screen here while I'm editing. Some of my old ones, I first started with Pic Crews to kind of figure out what I wanted in my persona. And I tried a bunch of different things and used those in a couple streams while I was testing the waters to see what I liked and what I wanted. And that's totally fine. I don't understand this discourse about, oh, it's not a real VTuber. Anyways, I'll shut up.
Oh my God, Cinemuch, calm down. There's clearly some defensiveness in this community. You can present your persona in any gender, any species, any age, any color. But let's go back to the very
what was that?
Species,
was that knuckles
any
in a
age, any
was that knuckles
color.
in a what is that? Why is okay?
But let's go back to the very beginning.
The very beginning. Yeah. I don't remember her name.
2011, the very first person with a CG avatar in a sort of vlog-style live vibe video was released on YouTube. Japanese creator Ami Yamato. The idea of this digital live vibe avatar really sort of starts around here. Sorry, I'm doing mouth sound effects to save on post-production. In 2014, something happened that would propel VTuberismness into the stratosphere, and that was the release of FaceRig on Steam. Face tracking software that could animate digital avatar from a webcam. Keep in mind, there was no such thing as a VTuber at the time that FaceRig launched on Steam. FaceRig changed that at least to a small scale, and with facial animation.
Yeah, I'm gonna rebrand to that
FaceRig
cat.
Changed that at least to a small scale.
I'm gonna rebrand to this cat. I'm just gonna use FaceRig and that's it with my webcam.
And with facial animation for everyone. Now let's get to actual VTubers. November 2016.
Ah, there she is.
れでは早速アカウントを作っていきたいと思います。
This is also a time when Twitter wasn't a vile cesspool. So AI-chan started releasing videos, and within 10 months, so by mid-2027, had 2 million subscribers and was the fastest growing channel in Japan. That's a quick way to legitimize a niche. So here we are in 2017, and all of a sudden you have this extremely fast-growing, fairly easy to reproduce, extremely popular medium. Of course, the first thing that's going to happen is business comes into it. I don't actually know if the agencies are like beloved or hated, but one of the most notable ones being
It used to be beloved,
founded by HoloLive, who debuted Tokina Sora as their first talent.
Oh, so
Apparently
HoloLive was really the first. Wow. Okay.
Influential force at this time was a company called Niji Sanji. Like, look at this.
Sanji,
These are all VTubers. That Niji
I don't know
Sanji.
any of these people. I'm literally so uncultured. Would you guys want to see some Niji Sanji reacts? Because I do not know them at all. There might be 1 or 2 people, but I genuinely, I live under a rock. I'm so sorry.
It does. It just, there's so
I know
many.
it's so beloved,
Niji
but I just
Sanji did a lot
genuinely
of
have
live
no clue.
streaming and sort of live gaming content that became the thing to do and also the thing to watch. By 2020, there were over 10,000 active VTubers.
Yeah, by the time COVID hit, it was like everyone and their mom was becoming a VTuber.
On YouTube. This HoloLive group made this even more of a worldwide phenomenon. In September of 2020, they launched the English-speaking branch of their talent, featuring people such as Maury Calliope,
did you get it?
Amelia Watson, and most notably Gaugura. With 4.65 million subscribers, Gaugura debuted in June 21st, 2021, and also set a record of having over 1 million subscribers within the first month of debuting. Now, this was also the year that Twitch added the VTuber category to stream as, because the popularity was growing so much. And in that year, VTubing grew over 400.
Is there still a VTubing category? Hold on, I have to look this up. I need to know. Hold on. I'm just gonna live in the VTubing category. Hold on. VTube Simulator. VTubing. VTube Simulator. VTube Connect. VTube Network. VTuber Story. There's a bunch of games. There's the game categories, but no. Wow. So they used to have a full just category for VTubing. That's great. Like there is for DJs now. That's crazy. I didn't know that.
67% as opposed to the year before. So live streaming VTubers really became a thing. Top tier VTubers now did concerts and had music releases. They did voice acting, merch, brand deals, and even conventions. This is all news to me because I just thought they were cute little anime characters that I didn't have interest in.
We are cute little anime characters.
Over 1 billion views just for the top like few thousand VTubers from 2025 onwards. Now, are they still a big and growing thing?
I started VTubing I started streaming 2021, 2022. So I started VTubing in 2023. Yeah, that sounds right. 2023. And then debuted this model 2024. Yeah. So I was in 2020. I was until 2023 that I started VTubing.
I'm not 100% sure, but it's certainly apparently a very accessible thing. But it also has at times been a controversial thing. The Taiwan incident, which occurred in September of 2020. The VTubers Kiryu Coco and Akai Hato referenced Taiwan as a country or region in YouTube analytics on stream. This triggered massive backlash from Chinese nationalist viewers on Bilibili, which is like a Chinese video viewing platform. Cover Corp released conflicting statements supporting One China on Bilibili and called it insensitive in Japan and English. Both talents were suspended for 3 weeks, but harassment got so severe that
wait. So they just named it wrong?
Chinese branch by the end of
Oh, these are analytics. So it wasn't even their fault? Wait, I'm
of
confused.
2020. So the English branch is kicking off crazy successful, but because of the Taiwan incident, they stopped streaming in China. And another very notable turn in the controversy side of things is around 2024, 2025. Also in this era where obviously there is a lot of success, a lot of money being thrown around. This era began what was known as the graduation wave.
Oh no!
Graduation sounds like a really nice term, and you might think, oh wow, so like they graduated college or something, but no,
Oh my
actually
God.
graduation
Somebody
is
said this in my chat just yesterday, I think. It won't be yesterday when this video goes up, I'm sorry. But someone just mentioned like, oh, one of my favorite VTubers is graduating, and I said, oh, I'm so sorry, like that's really, really sad. I'm so sorry. Like I hope they have, you know, a nice graduation stream. You can say goodbye, and you know, I wish them the best going forward. And someone else in my chat said, what do you mean, like graduating school? And I had to explain to them that the term graduating as a VTuber is like graduating from streaming, like stopping streaming, like you finish school, you finish streaming. And that was so weird to me that was a term that somebody didn't know. But I mean, like 3 years ago, I didn't know the term either. So, but yeah, that's crazy.
a term that's borrowed from idol culture that basically means your dog is dead, kiddo. When a
Oh my
VTuber
God,
graduates,
Pippa.
they are permanently gone. They lose the ability to collaborate with their old friends inside the company. They lose all of the progress that they've made on their channels. They lose all of the community creations. They no longer have the rights to any of it most of the time.
Okay, so it was it was a bigger thing with the corpo side of things. So it was like a corpo thing to be graduating from the agency. So that makes more sense.
Oh, that's insane. That's insane.
Yeah, and they
it
lose
is because
everything. It's so
the image,
sad.
the persona that is created is owned by these companies that are
Yeah.
the catalyst of their success. So of course there's a lot owed to them for the fact that there is a career there. But at the same time, the entire personality, persona, the voice, and maybe a lot of the content ideas and all of that is a partnership between these personalities and these parent companies. It's such a nice way to call a massacre. And no one apparently was safe because the biggest one, Garogura, has graduated, citing disagreements with management and company direction. So now
My dog
when you
died,
go
let's
to
go. What?
Galgura's
What?
channel, there are of course no recent videos because she
Nuts.
graduated last year, 1 year ago, 10 months ago. It's just so wild to me. But I just have to say, this
Is he gonna find out that she's moved on?
animation and the song slaps. And that's it, she's gone. At least she went with a bang. Well, at least that
She's not
covers
gone,
the
though.
basics of the evolution of the niche, but suffice it to say,
That's another thing that's really crazy. Like the fact that once you graduate from the agency, you lose everything that you've built up. And then sure, you can start over and majority of people are going to recognize your voice, but you can't even say like, oh, I was this person. Like you're literally not allowed to. You have to let the internet figure it out. You have to trust that your community will find you. And I can't imagine how like I'm pretty small. I'm a small VTuber. So I can't imagine like how terrifying it would be to graduate and just hope and pray that like your community figures it out. Like dude, that would be so crazy.
I feel somewhat informed now, so let's spend some time making some VTubers in this video and seeing how easy it is and how to get into it. Testing recording.
There it
Hey,
is!
would you look at that?
A little
I
foogie.
am a VTuber. Well, technically a PNG tuber.
Let's go.
So the first and easiest setup that I use is called Discord Reactive, and it's basically just like a Discord extension which swaps PNGs based on if it detects you talking or not. It can add a little bounce when
right.
you start talking like that, or it can continuously bounce like this, which makes it look like you're bouncing while you're talking. Now, I've drawn a lot of my Jazza avatar back in the day, so I just used a bunch of these that are modified to make my Discord swap-in alternatives, and this is the end result added into
That's good.
OBS and chroma keyed and added in post to this video. And I followed a
easy.
helpful guide by Vtuber.
That's how you start.
Zippo
People
called How to Be a
people always asking, "Hey, how do you start VTubing?" It's this easy. It's this easy. Use a pick crew. You don't even need to draw it yourself. Just use a pick crew. That's how I did it.
pngtuber in 2026, and would you look at that, I'm here. But we're just getting started. What's next?
What's next?
Okay, so now we've stepped it up a bit. This next one is made using Vtuber, which I think I pronounced that correctly. And as you can see, out the box is way more dynamic. Like, it's still basically open mouth and shut mouth.
The blinking. That's the one I use, the Vtuber.
But it's detecting the voice and matching it up quite nicely. And also adding intermittent blinks, which you control. It really wasn't that much more complicated to set up. I still just have a closed mouth and an open mouth with the addition of blinking, which you can actually change. Do you know what? Let me show you in the interface here. All right, this is what it looks like under the hood. Show me. I just have a webcam and I'm using the webcam's audio. But as far as this functionality is concerned, what you see is what you get. It's the same level of complexity as the previous one, but aside from having closed mouth and open mouth, it also has closed mouth with a blink and an open mouth with a blink. That's right. And you can select how much you blink.
Again, you can do all this in a pic crew as well. You can, most of them that I've done, include a closed eyes version. So you just make your eyes open, mouth closed, and eyes open, mouth open, and then you switch the eyes to close, and then save the closed eyes, mouth open, and then switch the mouth back to closed, and then save your closed eyes, mouth closed, and then you're ready to go. It's literally that easy.
So if I want a really blinky character who blinks lots of short and sharp and is really quite unnerving and very jittery, shaking a lot and very violently moving, I can do that if I want to. This feels more like me. Hello. So aside from actually having like pretty decent basic functionality, you can also trigger different states. So if I wanted a version of me with a party hat,
a different outfit,
or with like a game controller or something, you can add different ones and select them. And then when you're streaming, it can sort of pick those and be those based on what you're doing. This is actually really cool. I really like this software. It's free. It's really simple.
It's free. Yeah,
I can see why a lot of people like it. And especially for people who maybe don't feel confident with a webcam or showing themselves on camera. And also, if you're creative, this is cool. But more than that, this is fun. This is really fun. I can see the use for this, and I think this program is really cool. Go check it out. I'll link to all these in the description. But we're just getting started. Now we're going to step it up a bit. As you can see, my pngtuber persona here is quite a bit more complicated and a lot more fun than what we've done so far. So let's break it down. This did take a little bit of custom drawing. So if that isn't the sort of thing you're into, Suru Draws makes a pretty cool customizable pngtuber models thing. I'm sure there are more out there too for fairly cheap and also with ways to sort of test it out. As you can see, I made a simple little Jazza avatar thing in someone else's style. It's not really what I'm after, but I'm sure you could have a play and find something you like in there. And again,
there's so many
free to try and play around with, and there's a bunch out there. But how did I make this glorious animated little guy here? Oh my God, this is so much fun. Well, of course I stuck to using the Jazza avatar, but rather than using all the old drawings that I did a long time ago, I thought I'd do something new. Using it as a template, but shaking it up with a bit more of a rougher brush and tweaking the proportions to be a little more cartoony and cute. This really is a matter of just breaking it down into chunks.
Yes.
Now, honestly, guys,
going on with that stuffy back there.
This seriously takes me back to my Flash animation days. This is pretty much exactly how I used to have to construct characters for animation back when I did work in Adobe Animate, and prior to that, the Macromedia Flash. Don't let my avatar fool you. I'm old. And with all of these parts exported, I imported them into pngtuber Plus, which you can get again for free on Steam, which is insane that there are so many resources out here to just play and be creative like this, and you get such cool results. I mean, just look at me. Anyways, it was a little confusing at first. There are tutorials out there that you can follow. It's also worth noting the animation works on a sprite-based system. Once I figured this out, it just meant making the mouth animate on more than just an open and close was a matter of creating a wide image that just had all of the frames equally distributed apart, so that technically my talking mouth animation sprite has 4 different frames. 2 of them are just the open mouth, and then it alternates between closed mouth and teeth.
That's pretty cool.
It's not going to be perfectly lip synced, but that's really not the point. This is way more complex and really cool compared to a lot of the other pngtuber approaches, and this is awfully close, in my opinion, to vtubing.
I haven't
The jiggle physics, which
I
could be...
haven't seen too much, gone too much into pngtuber plus, but this looks really, really cool. Like I've seen obviously some things on Twitter and stuff, but I've never seen like it in depth like this. It's really, really
used for all
interesting.
sorts of creative purposes. Were a little tricky to figure out at first, but once I got the hang of it, it was actually really straightforward and very satisfying and fun to put in place. And these combined with the intermittent blink swaps actually makes for a really dynamic talking vibe.
Totally.
With a little bit of custom rotation at the arms so that I sort of move and bounce around as I express. And here it is. This is me and me. This is genuinely really fun. And there's no video capture in this.
No.
This is just audio, and it feels really custom and expressive
Very, very
to what
cool.
I want. It makes me want to be a PNG tuber. This is genuinely very cool. And it's free. Seriously, have some fun, get creative.
That's literally how I got into it. It was like I saw a PNG tuber. You know, I'll put her up. She inspired me. I rated her when she was playing Soma, and I saw her little PNG tuber, and I was like, that looks really cool. Like I would love, because I had a Tumblr era. I used to do a lot of writing, a lot of OC creation, and to me, seeing that, I was like, I could make my own original character and then be her. Like, how freaking cool is that? Like, that's crazy. I can write my own story. Like, from day one, when I first proposed, like, I first designed this VTuber, I have the entire story like done up. Like, so this is like my 1.0 debut. I have my 2.0, I have my 3.0. Like, the whole story is done because that's what my base was. That's what I kind of started with. So I have the whole story figured out. I'm not gonna like trash this VTuber and then like become a different one. You know, when we get there, I don't know really what the plan is, but I'm like, my 2.0 is in the works, and I'm very, very excited for like lore and other things that we get to put out there. And working with my artists and stuff is just so fun. Like, I really can't draw. I can draw a little bit, but I can't draw like this to make a model. And so just working with artists has been really, really fun. And it's just such an interesting craft. It's so freaking cool. Like, I hope he gets into the more complex rigging and stuff perhaps that people do, because I'd like to see that a little bit more in depth as well.
Guys, I'll link to all this stuff in the description. Shout out to Zcos for his guides and making this super easy to do at various levels. I could say I'm pretty confident now were I to choose to become a PNG tuber, but could I become a VTuber? Let's find out. The plan was to create a VTuber with the same sort of fun and simplicity with which I created a PNG tuber. Turns out it's not that simple and it's not that fun. So I started off with the most beginner-friendly free VTuber creator, and that is Mannequin on Steam. This was very limited if you want to create, well, something as simple looking as me. And also really just hardline right in that anime category. Please don't flame me in the comments. I am just personally not a huge fan of this particular aesthetic of anime, but also I tend to just personally prefer the Western style of character animation. This is about as close as I got to recreating the Jazza avatar. I kept trying to make it have a big head and it kept canceling that. Anyways, I made my Jazza and exported it, and the next step was to use Inochi's Session, I think it's called, and Puppet String, which is like the face tracking software. And honestly, I'm sure I could get it working if I were more motivated, but I just couldn't get it working. Like, Puppet String picked up my face. There it is, moving about, testing my face. I don't know if it was the puppet settings I had on my mannequin, but I just couldn't link my face from Puppet String to my mannequin. So I gave up on that and thought I'll try some different software. Moving on to Vroid Studio. And this, like the other one, felt like a character creator with very limited options, basically shoehorning you into making anime characters. But my God, there isn't one
That's why you go to Booth, and there's so many custom things, hair, outfits, all sorts of stuff for a 3D avatar. I would like to maybe venture into this because I've never touched 3D, so I'm a little bit interested in this, but it is so much work. It is so much work to do 3D.
Like spiky front hair tuft option, except for this weird frickin' alfalfa thing. That's the closest I could get. So because I wasn't feeling free to express myself in the way I wanted, I moved on from that and thought maybe this Nizima Live thing was the thing to do. Like this seems to be really robust and really impressive looking, and okay, you have to pay for a subscription up front. Well, I'm not gonna do that. So I went back to Inochi, this time paying for Inochi Creator, a one-time payment of over 40 Australian dollars, where I was immediately greeted with an extremely complicated setup. Like I couldn't even figure out where to start with this, and it doesn't give you any sort of default templates to start off with. And it seems from the trailer and from the resources I can find to be extremely complex and capable of incredible things that I have no idea what to do or where to start. I could, of course, import my mannequin character, which I am not incredibly fond of, and I could play with the meshes. I could go in and customize things, but I really am not motivated to, you guys. This is just not my vibe. So I'll probably refund this one on the Steam store. Not for me. With one final crack, hoping I'd find something to let me be a VTuber, I tried Live 2D, and like the Inochi one, it seems just like another can of worms. The ability to create custom rigged, very complex, graffiti, jiggly characters, but you have to know what you're doing or work with the template that you like. And this takes me really to, I think, one of the main things I learned in researching this video. A lot of people who get into this commission a custom puppet. It is extremely complex, and even in just trying to spend a day getting into this, it really just felt like hitting my head against a brick wall. So if this is something you really want to do, be prepared for a steep learning curve, or at least fork out a couple of $100 or more to get someone who knows what they're doing to make exactly
brother, in this economy.
I mean, look, people who build a career on this and use these characters in hundreds of videos and build large audiences end up, of course, considering it money well spent. But for me, well, I really enjoyed drawing this little avatar. I'm really enjoying the results. It was free, and I would totally dive in the deep end and make a whole bunch more of these because it's very, very fun, and I'd encourage you to give it a go. But holy crap, the VTuber thing, I don't know if that's a slippery slope I want to go down. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love the idea, and I see the appeal for people who want the facial animation to match their movement, their expression, so they can grow, you know, and it does the stuff. This is enough for me. I love this little guy. He's cool. And it's also like super easy to go from like drawing something to have it react and animate to just my voice. So I don't have to worry about webcams and stuff, and to be able to just plop it into a stream. I see the appeal. I'm in the team pngtuber camp. Sorry, VTubers. But that's just me.
You're fine with me.
What I've learned about this whole thing today is really about finding the fit for you, both aesthetically and technically. And if you have a clear result you're after, if you have technical outcomes you really want to achieve, well, that will determine the route you go down. But I will not be going down the VTuber route.
Totally.
I feel like there's a whole realm with like this controversy, PNGTubers versus VTubers. I hope I'm not adding fuel to any fires here, but PNGTubers for the win. Well, that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. This has been a real treat, full of surprises and interesting discoveries and controversies. I hope you've enjoyed the journey and the outcome as much as I have, and of course,
a lot of these behind the tablet.
Make sure to like this video, subscribe for more fun with art and creativity, and until next time, I'll see you later.
Yay, that was so fun. Okay, that was actually like way more informative than I thought it would be. But I really enjoyed this video. I learned some things about VTubing history and how VTubing and PNGTubing works. And dang, I mean, yeah, it's very. I don't want to say niche. It's not niche at all. But and it's not divided either. I just feel like he said at the end, like you just need to find what you like and roll with it. Like I said, I personally do have no issue with like PNG versus 2D or whatever, but like whatever, like you get to be creative, you get to make this character, and I think that's like the best thing about VTubing. And watching this character come to life, like I was genuinely like brought to tears seeing my really like low tier art and ideas, you know, printing off a base anime girl off a Google and throwing my ideas onto a page, sending them to my model mama, and seeing that come to life like this is just crazy, and I was, like I said, I was brought to tears, and it's just so cool, and so many iconic so many iconic VTubers out there, and I love it. I love it. I'm so happy I became a VTuber. And honestly, like I often say, and people have said as well, like after I became a VTuber, I feel like part of me was able to grow in a way that I couldn't when I was on Facecam. Like on Facecam, I always felt a little self-conscious, a little shy, a little bit like timid, and like when I would laugh, I would cover my mouth and like stuff like that. And once I became a VTuber, my laugh became so much richer and deeper, and I felt fine to say like the unhinged stuff I say on stream, and I had no fear of like blushing and like looking silly. You know, at any moment you pause, you like might look silly, and like I had all those insecurities, but once I became a VTuber, all of that disappeared, and I was able to be fully authentically myself. And that's when I saw growth in my channel and my content. And genuinely, like again, when people say like, "Oh, how do you start? Like, what do you do?" And it's like you find these free ways to do this, and you genuinely just have to be yourself, because that's what people gravitate to. And some people say like, "Oh, pick a niche or whatever." Like niches help, but I feel like you are what is attractive about a creator space. For some people, it's what they play. They focus on one game or something like that, and that's totally fine. Um, but I truly believe that like this has changed. Um, doing content, making friends, being more extroverted for so many people, because they didn't have to have the fear of like, oh well, I don't have my face cam on, or I'm shy about having my face cam on, or you know, having those insecurities with the camera on. And it's just opened up this huge page that I think is amazing. But anyways, I'm getting like really sentimental. I don't know why, but it's just incredible. I hope you guys enjoyed the video as much as I did. If you'd like to support me further, we do have memberships here on YouTube, but no worries, no pressure. I just appreciate you being here watching. If you did enjoy the video, make sure you leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye!